跟着云老师学技术，
跟着 Jess 毁三观，
跟着鸟鸟在发育，
婊子们的性生活，
婊酱。
大家好，欢迎收听婊酱，我是 Jess。最近还挺难过的，因为云老师没有跟我住在一起了，我非常的想念他。与此同时呢，我暂时还没有找到一个跟他一样婊的人来跟我做节目，所以呢，这一期我请来了一个老外，他叫 Jos， 他是我的伴侣之一所以我们今天要聊的就是关于开放关系。那很抱歉，因为 Jos 他不会讲中文，所以我们这一期的节目会是英语的。这也是我第一次用英文做节目，希望各位有什么意见或者建议都给我留言。各位在荔枝 FM、微信和微博上都可以找到我们。这一期的节目我们也整理了中文文字版，放在了微信公众平台上，请大家去搜索婊酱 FM， 是有大美腿的那一个哦。回复13就可以直接看到这篇文章了，也可以当成字幕来参照着收听。这一期的大致内容是我和 Jos 聊了聊我们是怎么认识的，各自有几个伴侣，对开放关系是什么态度，以及他跟他的家人、朋友和同事讲述自己的关系的时候，对方是什么反应。我们一起来听一听吧。
Hi bitches, I'm Jess. Today I'm going to introduce you one of my partners.
Hello, I'm Jos and I'm Jess's partner.
Hi. Yeah, today we're talking about polyamory. Yeah. So me and Jos, we met on OkCupid a few months ago, and since then we've been seeing each other, and we recently decided that we call each other partners.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So how did you get into this world?
How did I get into poly? Yeah, that's a good question. It was about more than a year ago, November 2014, I think. And I came from a monogamous relationship, been single for a little bit after it ended. And then I encountered the word polyamory, and I was like, what is that? So I was really curious and started Googling. And the more I Googled, the more I thought, yeah, this really relates to me. It's really awesome. And I discovered things about myself that I did not realize that I actually needed. And polyamory, being able to date and see and love multiple people is something that really suits me well.
Yeah. And being honest to each other and happy for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially the happiness. It's something that you have to learn, I guess.
Yeah.
Gradually, when you have motivation to discover it, you eventually discover that you also can have a sense of happiness for someone else.
Yeah, we call that compersion.
Yeah, compersion, indeed.
Yeah.
I was looking for the word. I couldn't find it.
Yeah. So, at the moment, how many partners do you have?
At the moment, there are 3 beautiful people in my life, and you included.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What about the other 2?
The first one I came into a relationship with is actually a long-distance relationship. She lives in another country, quite far away, but we've been exchanging huge amounts of texts. Like we could write a whole book about it. And yeah, it's still going on for 9 months now, I think.
Oh.
We've been writing a lot of our experiences, our ideals, how we see the future and now and everything.
Yeah, and you share with each other your dates and your experience with other people.
I always ask first if I'm allowed to share things, to share experiences. But I really like to share new experiences with my older partners.
Yes.
It also gives a sense of bonding if you do that with someone else.
Totally. Yeah. And the other partner?
And the other partner I've recently met, and it's actually the first person from a couple
experience. Yeah.
Yes, this is really new for me as well. Before this, I only saw people that were single. single in the sense of they see multiple partners, but they are living alone and they have their own financial situation and not a primary partner. This person does have a primary partner, and they have kids and a house. So that brings certain responsibilities, of course. But they decided to open their relationship.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I met her.
Yeah.
And since then we've been dating.
Yeah, we've quickly developed your relationship, and we found strong connection with each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's really, really cozy feeling together. So, and we try to pursue that. We don't know what's it gonna grow into.
But I can sense your happiness, and I'm happy for that.
Thank you. Yeah. And want to tell something about your partners?
Oh yes. Like you do. I have several important people in my life too, and one of them is in China. She's awesome. She's intelligent, and she's kind of my soulmate. And here I have another solo poly person I'm like deeply connected to, and another couple. So we date quite regularly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and of course you.
And me. And would you call the Chinese? The person in China a long distance relationship at the moment?
Yes, kind of, because we don't see each other that often. It's really far, but I mean, like mentally, we don't feel really far from each other at all.
You communicate a lot over?
Yes, over internet almost every day, and I like the feeling that we understand each other's preference, being poly, and we don't confine each other's freedom of seeing other people, and we're happy for their happiness sexually or mentally or emotionally.
Right, That's it's often the thing that you hear from people when you explain polyamory to people that that you don't that you like friends, for example. If you explain that you're polyamorous for the first time, it's really a scary thing to do. Yeah,
you want to share this experience?
Sure.
Yeah. How did you explain to your friends from
This was about a year ago, I think, when I discovered polyamory. I did not have a partner yet.
But you were very sure that
in the exploratory area. I was sure that it fits me, so I decided to make a step to tell my friends first. I consciously choose not to tell my family first, but to my friends, because I noticed that my friends were also in the queer scene. So there was some. It was easier to approach them. In that sense.
So not all of your friends, but some of your friends you trusted.
Yes. Because it was more common to just talk about it. About certain subjects like sex, or it was not too weird in that friend group. With other friends, it would be weird.
I can imagine.
At the time.
But, so what was their response?
They were very positive.
Wow.
Yes. It was a relief as well, just to finally say it, being able to say it to people that you care about, and to have them acknowledge your feelings, even though they might not be polyamorous. Actually, all my friends are monogamous, but that's okay. They acknowledge that I am polyamorous, and they see it as normal.
So, what about your family?
Well, my family was a bit more complicated. After a few months, I think first time I told my parents. I have a sister and I have parents. And I first told my parents about 4 months ago, I think. So I was already being polyamorous for almost a year. And my friends were already accustomed to it and used to it, but my parents not. So I decided to just tell them up front, because I felt like I did not know their reaction. I kind of knew that they were sort of open to it, but I also knew that my parents expected me to be monogamous and more.
Yeah, and they wanted to be grandparents.
Yes, exactly. They expected children. And I always said, probably not gonna happen.
So this
is my preference.
You just want to tell them.
Yes, I wanted to tell them because I was like, well, okay, this is how I am. I will just tell them, and then they can make the decision if they accept it or not. But then at least I gave them the decision.
Yeah, the option to choose.
Yes.
And yeah, I really like your attitude. Like it's not a very, like you're not hiding anything and you're not lying. You just tell them what you are and what your relationship is. Like, yeah.
Because I felt if I did not do it, I would be hiding it, and that's not a nice feeling to have something hidden
so,
for anyone.
Yeah. What did they say?
They were positive in that sense.
Nice.
And they said, of course, they made the joke from, oh well, maybe we get 4 people on the Christmas dinner table. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
So they had a positive outlook.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate my parents not being quick to judge or saying things like, it's just a phase or things like that.
Yeah, a lot of you say so.
Yeah.
What about
of course, I had 1 hour of 1 hour. I had 1 year of research backing me up, and I was pretty sure that I was not monogamous in that sense.
Yeah, for me, it's not a phase at all.
No.
I think at least now I'm super comfortable with being poly, and it's hard for me to imagine going back to a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, to think about it.
Yeah, it's a little bit horrible.
Yeah. Well, lucky you don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. Yeah.
But how is your situation with your friends?
Yeah, I've told some of my close friends, and of course I'm sharing this with my audience in the podcast. And yeah, some of my friends are really supportive, and some of them do practice poly as well. But I had a very close friend, and she was not very acceptive because she had the false assumption that being poly is just to fuck around.
Right.
And well, that's partly true.
It can be.
It can be, yeah.
Not?
It's not the whole story, but she assumed that I'm very dangerous, like I'm exposed to HIV/AIDS all the time, but I then explained to her that I practice quite safer sex, and it's not only about sex, and it's also about like sharing feelings and trust and being honest to each other about your desire or your everything.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm personally I'm less sexually inclined, and but I love the sensual, romantic, and emotional bonding with other people.
Yeah.
And well, I don't mind sex, but it's more like an exploration tool than a goal in itself.
No, it can never be a goal, especially that kind of penetrative sex is just too limited.
Right.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. And then also, you told me that one of your friends was just not reacting to your disclosure that you were poly, and she didn't reply anything.
Oh yeah. I had to think, but yeah, that's true. So I decided to I was describing a group of people. We were going to an event, and she said, "Oh, what kind of people?" And so I did not know actually what to tell her, because she actually didn't know those people. So I just decided to explain the relationships that I had. One was a friend, one was the boyfriend of that friend, and one was a person that I was non-monogamous with. So I said that just casually, as if it was. I mean, same
that's
thing.
That's just.
I could say it's my boyfriend or girlfriend, but that was
the same. Yeah.
That wouldn't be the truth. So I would have said someone I'm not monogamous with, and I never got a reply back anymore. So
that's a little awkward.
On the other side, it's her choice not to reply.
Yeah, that's true.
I gave her the truth,
and you gave her the choice to accept or not.
Yeah.
And that's honest on your side, and
And if she has predispositions about it, meaning thinking that if I say that I'm in an open relationship, that it might imply that I want to date her or something like that. Well, yeah, if she's not communicating with me, if she's not even asking this, then what can I do?
Yeah, you could never have chance to like break her myth.
Yes.
Like, yeah, she would maybe she would think that, okay, are you hitting on me since you're poly and you like
but she's not asking it.
Yeah, as if being poly is like you're going to hit on everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And you cannot be friends anymore.
Yeah.
It always has to grow into something more. So.
Yeah. And yeah, the other way around, if I tell people I'm poly, maybe people would think that, okay, you're just fuckable every time. Oh,
did you actually experience that?
No, I didn't actually. But I guess some people might have that OS, in their minds.
It might also be that we just make that up in our minds, that other people think that.
Yeah, that's
but we
that
get no feedback from those people. So.
Yeah, because like open communication is just too hard to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is... It is hard, actually.
Yeah, it is hard.
You have to really learn it, or actually unlearn it.
Yeah.
Just break the taboo and talk about it. It's something that I've been actively had to learn in that past year after I discovered polyamory. Yeah, communication is key, that's for sure.
Yes, same. And this is what I gained a lot from being poly, and actually it's like a rewarding system, because once you open up and you communicate, you always get quite positive feedback, and then it encourages you to open up and communicate more. Yeah,
I completely agree. Last year I've noticed that I've become much more open, and it's much easier just to tell someone that you're in a polyamorous or non-monogamous relationship. And now I love the look on their faces if they're not familiar with it. It's really funny to just confront people like that as if it's something totally normal, which I think it should be.
Yeah, it is.
But to a lot of people, of course, it's not normal, and then it's kind of funny to confront them with that and see the reaction. Yeah.
So, what was the most dramatic reaction you got from people?
Well, probably recently I was driving with my colleagues and to work. And they say, well, what did you do this weekend? And I said, well, I've been dating someone. Mm-hmm. And I also said, well, do you know what kind of relationships I have?
So you took the initiative to confront them.
Yes. And, I'm into an open relationship. And the look on one of their faces, it was undescribable. It was quite funny, actually. Yeah.
But then they're your colleagues, and they actually... They didn't judge you, I guess.
No, they judged themselves. That was funny. Because one of them thought he was really, really old-fashioned.
Yeah, that's nice.
Although it's something from old times, I guess. But maybe that's a different subject for another time. We can literally talk on and on. It is true,
yeah. But we have to say goodbye to our audience this time. But maybe we can continue talking about poly, about the community, about many other subjects like jealousy and honesty, consent, everything.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah. So, we have to say goodbye to you guys and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
And, thank you, Jos, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, bye,
Loved
guys.
it.
Bye-bye.